blackthorns, hawthorns, and remember to bring your seat mat or lightweight travel backpacking stool. We saw the great crested grebe and also fishermen who backpacked with their tents and blankets and sleeping bags. Yeah, you can overnight fish camping like these fishermen, watching for fish with their tents, sleeping bags, and overnight bags. Before we end our journey, let's take a moment to appreciate the effort of the Southwest Lakes Trust in maintaining this beautiful site. Please remember to respect nature and follow the country code. Don't forget to pick your dog poop because I nearly stepped on one. And please remember to share, like, and subscribe if you enjoyed this walk around Tema Lakes. Stay tuned for more adventures. Until next time, see you later, but no vanishing acts like a magician's bunny. Now, Gem, be smashing. Do like, share, and comment. And remember to check out the cafe. Smash it now, Gem. Subscribe to Toddy Gem. Be smashing. Subscribe to Toddy Gold. Join our community on Facebook. Now, Gem, all life matters. I alone cannot change the world, but I can cast a stone across the waters to create many ripples. Together, let's change the world, one word at a time. Thanks for watching.
So here we have Italian style salmon, tomato and cream cheese pasta with leeks and fresh flat leaf parsley and a bit of garlic. Yummy, yummy, yummy. So today we're doing a lovely traditional simple Spanish spaghetti dish that's going to be flavoured with a soft cheese. I'm using Boursin, you could use roulade, you could possibly use Philadelphia, anything like that. And it's basically going to be cook most of it in one roasting pan and then just do the spaghetti and stir it in afterwards. So we've got some cheap salmon cuts, don't need to buy posh steaks because it's going to be flaked up. There's going to be plenty here to feed 2 to 3 adults and have left over. We've got main ingredients, the salmon, young leek, 4 tomatoes, or you can use plum or cherry tomatoes. You've got the soft cheese, Boursin or roulade or Philly or whatever, and then we've got coarse ground black pepper, some garlic granules or fresh garlic if you want, ground pepper, salt. We've got a lemon, Italian flat leaf parsley, and olive oil. So this is a classic Italian dish, but you could modify similar sorts of things, but instead of using flat leaf parsley, you could use coriander, you could use some sliced chili, medium chilies, maybe red chili, or some chili flakes. You could use coconut milk or coconut cream to just tweak it up, go more Thai style or Oriental style. Today we're doing more Italian style. And if you're doing the Oriental style, rather than doing spaghetti, you could use maybe egg noodles or flat noodles to do the Oriental themed version. So we're finally chopping up the leek. I want it really quite fine because it's going to be stirred in. As well as using leek, you don't have to use leek, you could use spinach instead. It's just, I've got leek in, so I'm basically adjusting the recipe to what's in my store cupboard. You could do it with spinach leaves instead of leek, but leek gives a nice sweet flavour and it's yummy. So we want it small, and I'm using a very sharp knife. Very hard to do recipes with blunt knives. You can't get the sort of fine chop pan that an oval or a rectangular work is. So we've got just a bit of olive oil on the bottom to help grease the pan, leeks at one end. We're going to be putting the fish at the other end. So I'm just coarsely chopping up the tomatoes. If you were using cherry or little plums, just probably half them to just help them soften when they're roasted. And I'm going to be putting these on top of the leeks. These have been ripened on the windowsill, so they're nice and warm and room temperature. Don't use tomatoes straight from the fridge, not a good idea. They lose their flavour. Much better to have them at room temperature for at least 6 hours to a day, unless you're in a very hot climate. Be contributing to the nice tomato-y pasta sauce. And the advantage of this dish is it's just all in one pan. So they just go onto the leeks and just try and get them reasonably flat. Not essential this, but it will just add a little bit of flavour. Again, you could use some chopped or crushed up garlic here instead, but I'm just using this for ease because it's in my store cupboard. And garlic granules are a brilliant store cupboard ingredient, used in so much of what you can cook in, whether it's barbecue pastes or Chinese or Italian or Spanish. A little bit of ground black pepper, a little bit of salt, not lots. Now it's up to you whether you leave the skin on or take the skin off. I usually cook fish with the skin on. It has extra nutrients. Obviously make sure it's descaled. And I'm just going to put a little bit of seasoning on the fish. Just a little bit of salt. And a little bit of fresh ground pepper. And then you lay the fish into the other half of the pan, and I'm trying to keep the fat bits even on both sides. So, reminder, tip for lemons: to get the juice out easily, give it a good roll to soften it. Makes it harder to cut, but with a sharp knife it should go through. If not, do a little spike first. But we're going to basically see all the juice coming straight out, and I'm going to just put some lemon slices onto the fish pieces. So just put a nice bit of the juice on. So here we have our ring cheese. You can do it simply with just some mascarpone and herbs and garlic, but this is a really cheap way of doing it. So we have enough here parsley to produce a good couple of large tablespoons once it's chopped up, and we'll see where that goes later. Just a little bit of olive oil on top. So fan oven, about 180, get your oven hot. So the delight of this dish is it cooks in one dish, and roughly in the same time that this will roast, you'll be cooking your spaghetti. So, got my spaghetti ready to do. Good fist or ring of spaghetti. And this is the twist technique to spread the spaghetti out. Twist hands in opposite directions. Oh, let me try that one again. That was a total fail. So twist and release. There you go. So that's ready to cook. Got some salt in the pan ready. Oh, let's just get some light on. And then we'll just boil up a full kettle. And in about the same 10 to 12 minutes, that will cook. Roughly the same for the other dish, probably a little bit longer for the fish dish to cook. And then we'll put the two together. So just put a little bit of the parsley on before baking. Most of it will go on after it's baked so it doesn't burn. So we're going to give that about 5-10 minutes, check it's cooking well before we cook the pasta. After 10 minutes,
boiling hot water into the pasta dish. And the pasta is ready to boil.
making sure I'm moving the pasta so it doesn't stick until it's really on the boil. It's very frustrating when you've got pasta stuck together. Having this creamy pasta dish, fish pasta dish with a nice chilled white wine. This is Portuguese. So we're going to drain that, but leave just a little bit of the water left to help add to the sauce in the pan. So, fish is cooked, nice and flaky. So I'm just going to flake up the fish. Let's get the lemon out of the way first. So I'm going to break up the fish, then I'm going to mush up the tomatoes with a potato masher, and then we blend the whole lot together and stir in the spaghetti. Look at that, see how it's evenly light throughout, no dark pink, so it's fully cooked, lovely moist. Herbs are still quite green, so they haven't overcooked. I'm gonna blend in the cheese, get all that mixed in, try and keep the tomatoes out for now. And there'll be lots of nice nutrients in the tomatoes, vitamin C, antioxidants, omega and good oils in the salmon, and particularly because we've got the skin in there as well, there's extra nutrients in the skin. See how that's basically going to make the yummy creamy sauce, similar to if you were using a bought mascarpone sauce, but this will be on a whole new level. And the advantage of leeks is they're quite a sweet flavour, light, and again, leeks are good for the immunity, part of the onion family, always good to have leeks. So there's a very healthy meal here. You know, there's cream in the cheese and saturated fat. The olive oil helps your blood absorb that. So now get the potato masher and just help make those tomatoes really mushed up. Try not to really mush all the fish because we want some decent flakes in there as well. But this side, I'm really mushing up. And I'm going to squeeze the juice out of the lemons before I pull out the pith. Just finally making sure all the fish sauce is evenly blended. And because the pan was pre-oiled, the fish doesn't stick too badly, which is great. And obviously the advantage of this sort of pan is you can serve it straight onto the table. Now adding the pasta. There's a bit of water in here. Not a lot. Don't want the pasta too wet. And then using tongs. Really useful kitchen appliance for pasta. Tongs are the way to go. If you haven't got any and you like pasta, get some. And the last stage, just adding fresh parsley. Stir most of it in. And then finish off. You can always keep a little sprinkle just to put on the end. And you can put on a shaving or grating of parmesan on top, or another similar Italian style charred cheese, but it's not essential. Now, does that not look appetizing and a gorgeous way to have salmon with a cheaper cut and spaghetti? And to serve, just perhaps finish with a This is optional of course, but if you like a bit of heat in your pasta, a little sprinkling of ground black pepper. I really like ground black pepper with spaghetti and linguine. And let's plate up. This one's for you.
No.
Now this portion easily feeds 4, particularly if you've got side salad, but it is pretty balanced. It doesn't have to have side salad. Just get some of the fish bits from the outside. And just a little, if you can be bothered,
A squeeze of lemon.
drizzle of lemon on top, or if you're entertaining, a lemon wedge on each plate. Fresh, filling, yummy. So this is a very basic starting place. You can adjust this recipe depending on what's on your store cupboard. You can put some lovely fresh spinach leaves in and bake it in the spinach and stir that into the sauce, or you can finish off with some cooked peas and just stir those in at the end. Or if you want to go Asian, instead of using spaghetti, you would use egg noodles, you would use chili flakes, put a drizzle of soy maybe in at the last minute, light soy, so you don't want too much colour. And you could even put some sliced fresh chilies in, and you could even stir in a little bit of coconut cream and water to thickness, or you could use coconut milk and have it more soupy as a Thai style soup. Don't have to use leeks, but if you've got some nice light coloured leeks, they particularly go well. Sweet and nutritious. And for the traditional purists, you'd probably want to garnish it with grated parmesan, or stir some grated fresh parmesan into the sauce, and maybe even serve it with some arty parmesan shavings if you're wanting to impress the love of your life. And of course you got a lemon wedge on the side to just add a bit if you want a bit more lemon hit. And to serve with this, I'd probably serve it with a nice chilled bottle of white wine, preferably with a citrus fruit hint or another light fruit hint. And if you may be doing the Asian version with the chili, maybe you'd go for a chilled rosé, just to give it a tiny bit more body. Lovely dish to serve in the summer months, and with that wedge of lemon on the side. Bon appetit.
Have you ever wondered what project management is? Project management, in its simplest form, is like being a captain steering a ship through a storm to reach a destination. Imagine you're in charge of a ship, and your destination is a beautiful island miles away. Your ship is your project, the crew is your team, and the island is your goal. The ship won't reach the island by itself, right? It needs a captain, someone who knows how to navigate the seas, understands the strengths and weaknesses of the crew, and is able to make the right decisions when the storm hits. That's the role of a project manager, to plan, organize, and manage resources to ensure the ship reaches its destination safely and successfully. Just as a captain wouldn't set sail without a map, a project manager wouldn't start a project without a plan. This plan outlines the journey ahead, what needs to be achieved, who needs to do it, how much time it will take, and what resources are required. The project manager is responsible for creating this plan and ensuring it's followed. But what if the ship encounters unexpected obstacles or bad weather? That's where the project manager's skills in organizing and managing resources come into play. They need to be able to adjust the plan and reallocate resources to overcome these challenges and keep the project on track. The project manager also needs to keep the crew motivated and focused. They do this by communicating clearly, resolving conflicts, and ensuring everyone understands their role and how it contributes to reaching the island. In essence, project management is about guiding a team to achieve a specific goal. It's about making sure everyone knows what they need to do, when they need to do it, and how they're going to do it. It's about managing resources, overcoming challenges, and keeping the project on track. So, Project management is like being the captain of a ship, steering your team towards achieving a set goal. And just like the successful captain who navigates through the storm to reach the island, a successful project manager guides their team through challenges to achieve their project goals. Imagine assembling a puzzle. You do it piece by piece, right? This is similar to agile project management. In the realm of project management, agile is a term that's thrown around quite a bit. But what does it really mean? Well, let's go back to our puzzle analogy. Just like you wouldn't try to put together a whole puzzle in one go, agile project management doesn't attempt to tackle an entire project all at once. Instead, it breaks the project down into manageable, bite-sized pieces. These smaller sections are known as sprints. Think of them as individual puzzle pieces. Each sprint is a self-contained mini-project with a defined goal and timeline. The team focuses on one sprint at a time, completing the work, assessing the results, and then moving on to the next sprint. This iterative approach allows for flexibility and adaptation, as the project team can learn from each sprint and adjust their plans for the next one accordingly. Much like a puzzle, the beauty of Agile is that you can see the picture coming together piece by piece. Each sprint brings you closer to the final goal, but also provides a sense of accomplishment on its own. It's a continuous cycle of planning, executing, reviewing, and adjusting, a dynamic process that embraces change and uncertainty. Moreover, Agile is all about collaboration. The project team, stakeholders, and customers work together closely, just like a group of friends assembling a puzzle. Everyone has a say, everyone's input matters, and everyone shares in the satisfaction of seeing the project or puzzle come together. So, in essence, Agile project management is a way of managing projects that's adaptable, iterative, and collaborative. It's a method that breaks down complex projects into manageable sprints, allowing teams to respond to changes and deliver value quickly and efficiently. So, Agile project management is like solving a puzzle, one piece at a time. Ever wondered what the difference is between traditional and agile project management? Well, let's dive in and explore these two different approaches. Imagine you're planning to climb a mountain. Traditional project management is like planning your entire route from the base to the peak in one go. You'd map out every step, estimate how long each section will take, and stick rigidly to this plan, despite what you might encounter on your journey. You're armed with a detailed plan, sure, but what happens if you run into an unexpected storm or find a path is blocked? That's where the limitations of this approach become apparent. It can be inflexible, making it hard to adapt when unpredictable challenges arise. Now, let's look at agile project management. Instead of planning the entire climb in one go, you'd plan for the first section of the climb, then reassess your route, your progress, and any new obstacles that have emerged. You'd then plan the next section, climb it, and reassess again. This approach is iterative and flexible, allowing for continuous improvement and adaptation to new circumstances. So, in a nutshell, the key difference between traditional and agile project management lies in their approach to planning and execution. Traditional project management values a comprehensive upfront plan, while agile values flexibility and continuous reassessment. But it's not just about flexibility. Agile also promotes close collaboration within the team and with stakeholders to ensure the project is always focused on delivering value. And let's not forget feedback. Agile thrives on it. Regular feedback cycles allow for continuous improvement and refinement, so the end result is the best it can be. So, which approach is better? Well, it depends. Both have their strengths and weaknesses, and the best approach will depend on the specific needs and circumstances of your project. In essence, Agile is a more flexible, adaptable approach compared to traditional project management. But remember, the best project management approach is the one that works best for you and your team. Agile is not a one-size-fits-all solution. There are different methodologies and frameworks. Just like there are many ways to get to a destination, there are various paths you can take when implementing Agile. Let's get into some of the most common ones. First, we have Scrum, which is like a high-speed train. It works in short, time-boxed iterations called sprints, usually lasting 2 weeks. The team sets a goal for what they want to achieve in that time, and then they get to work. It's fast, it's efficient, and it's perfect for projects where priorities can shift rapidly. Next, we have Kanban. This is more like a leisurely drive on a scenic route. It's all about visualizing the workflow with tasks moving from one column to the next on a Kanban board. This method focuses on continuous delivery and maintaining a steady pace, making it great for ongoing work rather than projects with a fixed end date. Then there's Lean, the cycling trip of agile methodologies. It's all about eliminating waste and delivering value to the customer as quickly as possible. It's a great choice for businesses looking to improve their processes and increase efficiency. There are other methodologies too, like extreme programming, which is like a roller coaster ride, emphasizing customer satisfaction and high-quality software delivery through frequent releases in short development cycles. And then there's Crystal, the hiking trail of methodologies, which values people and interactions over processes and tools. It's important to note that these aren't rigid rules, but more like guidelines. You can mix and match elements from different methodologies to suit your project's needs. Remember, the goal of Agile is to deliver value quickly and respond to changes effectively, regardless of the route you take to get there. These methodologies are like different routes to the same destination, each with its own advantages. So it's all about finding the right path for your team and your project. Many renowned companies practice agile project management. Let's take a look at a few examples. First, we have Spotify, the popular music streaming service. They've used Agile to create a dynamic and innovative work environment. Their squads or small project teams use Agile methods to deliver new features quickly and efficiently. Then there's Microsoft, a giant in the tech industry. They adopted Agile to accelerate their software development process. This approach allows them to respond to customer feedback in real time, constantly improving their products. IBM, another tech titan, uses Agile to foster a culture of continuous learning and improvement, boosting productivity and software quality. And not to forget, Amazon. Agile helps them maintain their fast-paced, customer-centric business model, ensuring they stay ahead in the e-commerce game. These companies show that Agile can lead to great success when implemented correctly. It's a testament to the power of agility, adaptability, and customer-focused strategies. Let's imagine a rugby team. Ever heard of Scrum? In the game of rugby, a scrum is a method of restarting the game that involves players packing closely together with their heads down and attempting to gain possession of the ball. Now, how does this relate to project management, you might ask? Well, Scrum in project management is a methodology that allows a team to self-organize and make changes quickly in accordance with Agile principles. Imagine a project team as a rugby team. In both cases, they are working together, using their unique skills and perspectives to achieve a common goal. In rugby, that goal is to score points. In a project, it could be anything from developing a new software feature to launching a marketing campaign. In Scrum, the project is divided into small work units known as sprints, which typically last 1 to 4 weeks. The team gathers at the beginning of each sprint to decide what work will be accomplished during that time. This is like the huddle in a rugby game where the team plans their next move. Just as a rugby team adjusts its strategies based on the current state of the game, a Scrum team reviews the work done at the end of each sprint and adjusts its plans for the next one. This review process, known as the sprint retrospective, allows the team to continuously improve their work methods. In Scrum, there is no team leader who assigns tasks to team members. Instead, the team as a whole decides on the best way to accomplish their goals. This is like a rugby scrum, where every player has a key role, and the team's success depends on everyone working together effectively. So, Scrum is all about working together, just like a rugby team, to achieve your project goals. Choosing the right methodology can be similar to choosing the right tool for a job. Just as you wouldn't use a hammer to screw in a light bulb, you wouldn't use an agile methodology for a project that doesn't change or evolve. So, how do you make this crucial decision? First, consider the size of your project. Larger projects can benefit from a structured approach like waterfall, where everything is planned in advance. However, for smaller projects with a high degree of uncertainty, Agile can be a more suitable choice, allowing for flexibility and adaptability. Next, ponder on the complexity of your project. A project with many interconnected parts may require the robust structure of the waterfall methodology. On the other hand, a project that's more straightforward might be better served by the flexibility of Agile or Scrum. Team size is another important factor. Larger teams often work well with structured methodologies like waterfall or Prince2. Smaller teams, particularly those working in a fast-paced environment, might find Agile or Scrum more conducive. Also, think about the nature of the project's environment. Is it a highly regulated industry with strict compliance requirements? In such cases, a methodology with more control and documentation, like waterfall, might be appropriate. But if you're working in a more dynamic and fast-changing environment, Agile or Scrum could be the way to go. Lastly, don't forget to consider the client's needs and expectations. Some clients prefer a more traditional, predictable approach, while others may value the adaptability and customer involvement in Agile methodologies. In sum, there's no one-size-fits-all answer. The best methodology for your project depends on a variety of factors, including project size, complexity, team size, industry, and client expectations. It's about weighing these factors, understanding the strengths and weaknesses of each methodology, and making an informed decision. Remember, the right methodology is like the right tool. It makes the job easier. Wondering if Scrum is the right fit for your project? Scrum is a flexible and collaborative project management methodology that thrives in dynamic environments. But how do you know if it's the right choice for your project? Let's explore some scenarios where Scrum really shines. Firstly, think of projects that are complex in nature, where the end product is not completely defined at the start. These could be software development projects, where features and functionalities evolve with time based on customer feedback or market dynamics. In such cases, Scrum allows for iterative development, with each iteration, or sprint, bringing you closer to a product that meets user needs and expectations. Secondly, consider projects that require frequent feedback and adjustments. Scrum encourages constant communication and collaboration, making it ideal for projects where stakeholder input is vital at regular intervals. This could be a marketing campaign where feedback from focus groups can significantly influence the direction and messaging. Thirdly, Scrum is beneficial when the team is self-motivated and capable of self-management. The Scrum framework empowers teams to make decisions and adapt to changes quickly. So if your team is composed of independent, skilled individuals who thrive in a collaborative setting, Scrum could be a winning choice. Lastly, if your project is likely to face frequent changes or uncertainties, Scrum's adaptability could prove invaluable. Whether it's changing user requirements, new technology trends, or unforeseen challenges, Scrum's flexible nature allows your team to pivot and adjust as needed. Remember, though, that Scrum isn't one size fits all. It may not be the best fit for projects with a well-defined, unchanging scope, or where a sequential, step-by-step approach is more appropriate. So, take a moment to understand your project's needs, the nature of your team, and the environment in which you operate. Match these factors with the qualities of Scrum we've discussed, and you'll have a clearer picture of whether Scrum could be the key to your project's success. Scrum shines in projects that need flexibility, collaboration, and frequent feedback. A good Scrum Master is like a good coach. They guide the team, inspire collaboration, and ensure that everyone is working towards the shared goal. But what qualities truly make a good Scrum Master? Let's delve into that. Firstly, a Scrum Master should possess exceptional leadership skills. They are not the traditional boss, but rather a servant leader, assisting the team in removing obstacles and ensuring they have everything they need to succeed. They lead by example, fostering an environment where each team member feels valued and heard. Communication is another critical attribute. A Scrum Master must be an excellent communicator, able to articulate ideas clearly and effectively. They need to facilitate open communication within the team, ensuring everyone is on the same page. They are also the team's spokesperson, representing their interests to stakeholders. Problem solving is another feather in a Scrum Master's cap. They must be adept at identifying issues and finding efficient solutions. If a team member is stuck or there's a bottleneck in the process, the Scrum Master steps in to resolve the issue, keeping the project on track. Adaptability is also crucial. In the world of Agile, change is the only constant. A Scrum Master must be flexible and responsive to change, helping the team adapt and thrive in a dynamic environment. They should also display a deep understanding of Scrum practices and principles. This knowledge enables them to guide the team effectively and uphold the integrity of the Scrum framework. Lastly, a good Scrum Master is empathetic. They understand that behind every task and every user story, there's a human being. They respect individual perspectives, promote a healthy work-life balance, and foster a positive and inclusive team culture. All these qualities blend together to create a Scrum Master who is not just a task overseer, but a mentor, a facilitator, and a team player. They don't just manage, they lead, inspire, and empower. A good Scrum Master guides the team towards the goal, just like a good coach. They are the heartbeat of the Scrum team, ensuring that everyone is moving in unison towards the shared goal. A good product owner is like a visionary. This is a statement that holds a lot of truth in the realm of Agile and Scrum. A product owner is the champion for his or her product, and their qualities can significantly influence the success of a project. First and foremost, a good product owner understands customer needs. They have a direct line of communication with the customer. They know their pains, their desires, and their expectations. They are able to translate these needs into product features, ensuring that the product will meet and exceed customer expectations. Another important quality is clear and effective communication. A product owner is the bridge between the customer and the development team. They need to articulate the customer's needs to the team in a way that is clear, concise, and actionable. They also need to communicate progress and updates back to the customer, managing their expectations throughout the project. Good decision-making skills are also crucial. A product owner needs to prioritize the work that is most valuable to the product and the customer. This involves making tough decisions on what to include and what to leave out, based on the available resources and the project timeline. A product owner must also be a good leader. They need to motivate and inspire the team, helping them to see the vision for the product and to understand the value of their work. They must be able to handle conflicts, guide the team through challenges, and keep everyone focused on the ultimate goal. Resilience is another key quality. Projects often face obstacles and setbacks, and it's the product owner's job to keep the project on track, to find solutions, and to keep moving forward, no matter what. Last but not least, a good product owner must be knowledgeable about the product, the market, and the industry. They need to stay updated on trends and changes to ensure that the product remains competitive and relevant. A good product owner can envision the final product and guide the team towards that vision. They are the driving force behind the product, and their qualities can make or break the success of a project. So, we've taken a journey through the world of project management and Agile. We've explored the foundations of project management and delved into the dynamic realm of Agile. We've highlighted the differences between traditional and Agile project management and discovered that it's not about one being better than the other, but about choosing the one that suits your project's needs best. We've taken a look at various Agile methodologies and frameworks and learned about the companies that effectively utilize Agile. We've simplified Scrum and discussed how to determine if it's the right methodology for your project. We've also outlined the qualities of a great Scrum Master and product owner, highlighting the importance of leadership, communication, and a customer-focused mindset. Remember, whether it's traditional or Agile, the aim of project management is to steer your team towards achieving a set goal. So, equip yourself with the right tools and lead your project to success.
Today we have meals with Simon with homemade potato wedges, seasoned with salt, ground black pepper and some roasted crushed garlic. Lovely mixed salad with Italian bistro, radishes, spring onion and garnished with flat leaf parsley. And then we've got marinated barbecue, hot spicy chicken legs with a lovely homemade marinade with ketchup, paprika, smoked paprika, hot paprika, tiny bit of hot chili sauce, cumin, salt, ground black pepper again, and then that's with a little bit of sliced tomato garnished with flat leaf parsley. Enjoy. Bon appetit.
So let's get cooking with Simon. First, you measure out the ingredients.
1.5
spoons of onions.
normal paprika,
1 teaspoonful of paprika.
slightly less. Spiced hot paprika, about half a teaspoon. Smoked paprika, about a 1/4 teaspoon. Ground black pepper, about a spoon and a bit. Now we just need with salt. About half a teaspoon. About 2.5. It's about 2 tablespoons. Yeah, it's about 2 tablespoons.
Okay. Add 3/4 of a lemon in. You can roll the lemon to make it soft and easy to squeeze. Add some ketchup. The lemon will make it soft.
Yeah, and there's vinegar in this ketchup as well, so the lemon and any vinegar or citrus helps break down the muscle fibres in meat, so it starts to tenderise it, and also helps the spices get into the flesh.
Stir it all in together.
I'm just going to add one more liquid before I stir in the tomato ketchup. Now you can stir in mustard if you've got it, but I haven't. That's about a teaspoon of olive oil. So this is like a marinade paste. Yeah. I'm going to get chicken.
And we'll be using 3 legs of chicken.
Okay.
So where are you slicing it?
I'm scoring the flesh to help the marinade get into it. And as it cooks, it will open up a bit.
Spread the marinade evenly over the chicken. Add some hot pepper sauce.
This stuff's hot. Chili paste, but that's what I happen to have in.
Now the chicken is marinated. Put it in the fridge
For a minimum of 4 hours. 3 chicken legs marinated and ready to roast. A little bit of the paste left to put on the backs when I turn them. Overnight's best.
Okay. Mix some coarse black pepper, some garlic powder with salt and add it to the wedges.
Pre-microwaved for about 5-6 minutes and seasoned with garlic powder, black pepper and salt, and some cloves of garlic in with skins on to also roast, and then the paste of that garlic will be squeezed on to give a sweet garlic flavour to just rub into the potatoes. Stop. that's for the garnish. Okay. And now we're just going to chop the radish. Just pause it. Ready? Go.
Parsley.
Flat leaf, Italian parsley. Okay.
Olive oil.
Extra virgin olive oil, or virgin olive oil.
Extra virgin. Black pepper. Mix it in.
Called tossing the salad.
Okay. Toss the salad. Parsley.
No, this is just the salad leaves. Is that alright for you? Ready?
Sorry.
Oh, let me get the spoon. Close out.
Garlic.
This is the roasted garlic. Just taking the skin out. Ouch. Very hot, so don't burn your fingers. crushed garlic onto the potatoes, wedges.
Crushing the garlic.
Oh, that one's still in the skin. I think we're going to.
That's enough.
All right for you?
Chicken. Yummy. Now, Jen, welcome to another smashing hangout. Do you know the UK's most popular paid tourist attraction? And the tallest Ferris wheel in Europe? Step into the iconic glass capsule of the London Eye and prepare for a bird's eye view like no other from one of the air-conditioned pod symbolizing the 32 boroughs of London, each holding up to 25 people and weighing 10 tons. You can ascend to dizzying heights, soak in panoramic vistas of London's skyline, spot famous landmarks like Big Ben, the Houses of Parliament, and Buckingham Palace, but hold on tight so you don't lose your breath from the sheer beauty of the river cruise. And before you sail away in style, here are some facts. At 443 feet high, the London Eye is currently the fourth largest Ferris wheel in the world, but it doesn't even crack the top 20 tallest structures in London itself. For the record, the tallest building in the city is the Shard, topping out at 1,004 feet high. So if it went a wheel, it would actually be taller than the Shard. Husband and wife team David Marks and Julia Barfield came up with the idea from the Eye in response to a 1993 competition asking Londoners to design a new landmark celebrating the millennium. The content was a bust, but Marks and Barfield's idea caught on, and the wheel was opened on the 9th of March 2000, behind schedule, but still in the millennium. A ride on the London Eye takes 30 minutes and it travels at a speed of about 0.6 miles per hour. With more than 3.5 million people checking out the Eye every year, it's now the most popular paid tourist attraction in the UK. The most popular free attraction in the UK is the British Museum, which sees more than 6 million visitors each year. The operators of the Eye keep track of the celebrities who have taken the most rides on the attraction. In the UK, Kate Moss is the winner with 25 spins. The American celebrity who holds that distinction is Jessica Alba, who's gone on the Eye 31 times. The entire wheel weighs more than 1,000 tons or well over 1 million pounds. It was assembled flat and moved onto 8 temporary islands on the River Thames. The structure was raised into place in September 1999, but the process wasn't without snaffles. One of the cables of the structure snapped before it was lifted and had to be replaced. The eye has 32 capsules, one of each of the city's 32 boroughs, but they are numbered from 1 to 33 because, as with many buildings and other structures, there is no number 13 capsule. Whether the superstition about that number is warranted or not, the cars skip from 12 to 14. One thing that differentiates the eye from other Ferris wheels around the world is the fact that it's cantilevered or supported on only one side. Wheels with similar structures include New Orlando Eye. More than 5,000 people have gotten engaged on the Eye since it opened, with both sedates, proposals, and orchestrated flash mobs among the celebrations. If you want to do the same in a private capsule, it will cost you £360, about $559, but champagne is included. More than 500 weddings have also happened there, with the first one taking place in 2001. At one point during the London Restaurant Festival, the Eye turned into a pop-up dining spot. Celebrity chefs like Gordon Ramsay and Daniel Bullard served meals in one of the capsules for 10 patrons, each of whom paid a pretty penny, in some cases upwards of $30,000 for the pleasure. There have been a few instances of people scaling the Eye, whether for entertainment or for political purposes. Magician David Blaine took a full rotation, standing atop one of the wheel spots in 2003. In 2004, a man dressed as Spider-Man climbed the attraction and spent 18 hours on top of a pod, allegedly to call attention to fathers' rights in the UK. In 2013, the Red Bull Academy turned the Eye into a rotating nightclub. Well, technically, it turned 30 of the capsules into different parties to celebrate the UK's club culture, with artists like Lily Allen, Mark Ronson, and Richie Houghton performing in the pods. Selfie sticks are allowed at the London Eye, although they are banned from many other London attractions, including the National Gallery of Art and the Wembley Arena. Since the Eye opened in 2000, many cities including Las Vegas, Seattle, and Atlanta have opened observation wheels, whose designs were inspired by the attraction. On a clear day, from the top of the London Eye, you can almost see as far as Windsor Castle. And next, you can go on the River Thames, where your adventure continues aboard a stylish river cruise, where you glide gracefully along the shimmering waters, passing under historic bridges and beside majestic palaces, with entertaining commentary highlighting fascinating facts and quirky anecdotes. You can learn about London's rich history while giggling your way through the sights as you experience a dose of comedy gold from witty guides who sprinkle humor from fantastic jokes to quirky anecdotes, ensuring that your moments are infused with laughter and your adventure is as entertaining as it is educational. Remember to capture those Insta-worthy picture-perfect moments, whether you're striking a pose against the backdrop of Tower Bridge, snapping selfies with newfound friends, or gliding past famous landmarks like the Tower of London and Shakespeare's Globe Theatre. You may laugh till you cry, just don't let the tears ruin your selfie. Whether you're a history buff, a local, or a tourist, or a comedy enthusiast, prepare for a day of sightseeing to see London in a whole new light, where laughter is the best souvenir, and every view a punchline, and memories are made. Because in London, every laugh is a landmark. Discover heights of fun with the London Eye and River Cruise. I alone cannot change the world, but I can cast a stone across the water to create many ripples. Smash it now, Gem. Subscribe to Tony Gold. Be smashing. Subscribe to Tony Gem and connect on social media. Join the conversation on Now Gem on Life Matters. Let's change our world one little heartbeat at a time with every word and smile. Thank you. Now Gem, unravel another smashing hangout. Let's step into Cafe Royal in Leamington Spa, where the eclectic clientele range from laptop-wielding freelancers crafting the next great novel or a compelling tweet to caffeine-fueled philosophers solving the world's problems one latte at a time. The menu at Cafe Royal is a culinary adventure that could rival a globetrotting foodie's Instagram feed, from avocado toast that takes brunch to new heights to croissants that defy the laws of flakiness. It's a symphony of flavors that leaves taste buds doing a happy dance. Service at Royal is like a well-choreographed ballet, swift, graceful, and with just the right amount of flair. The baristas are the real MVPs, turning coffee brewing into a performance art that even non-coffee drinkers can't help but appreciate. Cafe Royal has a variety of menu, from quality English breakfasts served all day alongside delicious lunch and dinner options, as well as a fresh selection of cakes and pastries. Cafe Royal caters to keep everyone satisfied, from kids and vegetarians to the gluten-free people. The ambience is vintage furniture that's cooler than your grandma's secret jazz vinyl collection. Exposed brick walls that whisper tales of Leamington's history, and a playlist that oscillates between jazz, indie hits, and a surprise appearance by a local buster's acoustic guitar. It's the kind of place where you accidentally spend hours contemplating the meaning of life over a flat white. In a nutshell, Cafe Royal is not just a cafe, it's a heaven for the caffeinated, a sanctuary for the hungry, and a stage for the daily drama of Royal Leamington Spa life, served with a side of laughter and a dollop of whipped cream. Come for the coffee, stay for the vibes, and leave with a latte-induced smile that lasts all day.
So I had a full English breakfast and it was very tasty, and a latte as well.
We just had an excellent breakfast, a big breakfast, full work really, and really lovely, fantastic service.
So she wants to do homework.
Plenty of people come here, so it must be very good food, and it is. It's my normal fare, which is usually a bacon back when I go bird watching. This is a treat for me. I'm here with my wife and friends, and in our home group, and there are people here with all sorts of interests. But one of them has got a real interest in old computer games, and I used to have a big interest in that many years ago when I used to write my own games for my children. That's another era. Anyway, have a great day.
So here we are in Cafe Royal in Royal Leamington Spa. We are members of our home group and wives and husbands and their children. And we just had a nice home group big breakfast where we had different types of food and coffees and teas and drinks. And this is situated in Warwick Street. We highly recommend it to anybody. If you come during the week, say a Tuesday at about 2 p.m, you'll see quite a few people here just having a coffee and with their laptops, where there's no rush. It's a very relaxed atmosphere. But today's Saturday and they're very, very busy, so I don't think there are any laptops coming out today.
For me, so I
This morning I had an American breakfast. We went to the Cafe Royal.
well, it depends whether you want to do earlier or later evening. I'm free from probably about,
Normally on a Saturday.
well, probably about 5 o'clock. I could get there.
I wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, so typical Saturday for me will be spending time with my family, playing with the kids, maybe doing a bit of geeky stuff with old computers, that type of thing.
And how have you found Cafe Royal?
Lovely, really nice food. Really enjoyed the eggs and salmon, really nicely cooked. Lovely time with people from Hungary, really enjoyable.
Would you come back again?
I definitely would. Lovely food. I shall have to bring Anna back here.
Hi, I'm Lisa, and I'm sitting in the Cafe Royal in Leamington. It is a really nice cafe. We're here on a Saturday morning to meet up for a great breakfast. The breakfast was delicious, the service came really quickly, and it's just a nice place to kind of sit and chat. Normally on a Saturday, I've got 2 kids, so I'm awake early, and it's nice to get out and enjoy a bit more of a peaceful breakfast than usual.
Thank you. I'm working at Cafe Royal, and Wednesday I'm making nice breakfast.
Okay, thanks.
Now, Jim, catch you in the future without any slip-ups or banana peels. Visit their website www.caferoyalspa.co.uk and find out about the latest indulgence treats. Meet the owners, Beryl and Hanife.
You from Cafe Royal? Do you have a good time?
It was
Enjoyed
lovely,
it?
yes.
Yeah.
How can we contact you if you want to make bookings?
Yeah, it's best go online on Cafe Royal and you can book it online.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Until next time, see you soon, but please don't vanish like Wi-Fi in a dead zone. Smash the art of living at Tony Jam. I alone cannot change the world, but I can cast a stone across the water to create many ripples. Smash it now, Jam. Subscribe to Tony Gold. Be smashing. Subscribe to Tony Jam and connect on social media. Join the conversation on Now Jam on Life Matters. Let's change our world one little heartbeat at a time with every word and smile. Jaguar Land Rover celebrates International Women's Week with roaring enthusiasm, proving that our commitment to diversity is as powerful as our engines. From designing sleek vehicles that defy stereotypes to empowering women in leadership roles, we are steering towards a future where every week is an opportunity to accelerate equality. Buckle up for a ride through empowerment, innovation, and a dash of excitement. Because at JLR, we believe in shifting gears towards a more inclusive horizon. The International Women's Week, which kicked off with a conversation with winning women, putting yourself forward for opportunity, was hosted by Ama Agiewa Sapor, featuring Barbara Beckmeyer, Anna Neto Montero, Claire Telfer, the experienced lead for My Opportunities. I hope I haven't murdered any names. You need to hear their stories and how they have evolved. The week saw many of the networks and individuals connecting, making the event a success. Lots of people posted about it. The important thing is that at JLR, International Women's Week, it wasn't just about horsepower. It's about empowering every gear in the transmission of diversity. The workplace is a runway where women take the driver's seat, steering towards success with elegance and resilience. From boardroom brainstorming sessions to the garage banter. We are shifting stereotypes faster than an F-type on a straightaway. In this celebration, JLR proves that diversity isn't an optional accessory, it's a standard feature. Forget the glass ceiling. We have installed panoramic sunroofs to let every woman's brilliance shine. So whether you're navigating the corporate landscape of the toughest off-road terrain, JLR is driving the conversation, because when women thrive, the entire engine roars with pride. We stop working in silos but foster unity, diversity, equity, and inclusion for everyone. You can hear from most of the different networks represented in JLR or see pictures of them. This initiative portrays JLR as a learning organization and not just as a great place to work, but as an example to the world. Thanks, Natasha, for the opportunity, and everyone that featured me, and those who made a big deal out of us intentionally and internationally, from Adrian Maddell, the CEO at JLR, to Taha Sakriwala in the UK, and Nilesh Patel in India, to mention a few. Look out for Nachiket's initiative on emotional cultural intelligence and listen to what individuals and the network have got to say to find out how you can get involved. Also, if you would like to watch some of the interviews I've had with individuals and you'd like to participate to share your culture, interests, what you do, comment GIT and I will be in touch at some point. The video is for all of us. It's important that we live out the reality of inclusion by coming out of our silos and actually integrating our world. Above all, remember, you're unique and you can shine now, Gem. I would like to appreciate all those that had conversations with me. At JLR, you can really live the exceptional with soul as we reimagine our strategies on our exceptional journey through customer love, unity, integrity, growth, impact, creating a mindset that inspires understanding, collaboration, learning, and flexibility to fulfill our potential to be the greatest. You are special now, Gem. Cheers to a week where the acceleration of equality is in high gear. Enjoy as you hear from other creators.
I love your hair, by the way. Thank you very much. I'm Pascaline Wanki, part of the Christian network within JLR. I'm sure you've heard of us. We had a conference a couple of weeks ago and it was absolutely amazing. And I will invite everyone to be a part of it. Christians in the workplace, it's an amazing experience. If you see, that's all about our Christians at JLR. We look at integrating faith and work. That's our mission statement.
Hi, I'm Grishma Warrior. I am the project planner in vehicle programs. I'm here to attend this excellence event under International Women's Day. It was such a lovely event with all lovely speakers from different areas and companies. Thank you, and it was so nice to meet you both. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Gina. I'm a durability and robustness test engineer. I'm going to talk this afternoon about getting the next generation of women involved, and I'm really excited to listen to the talk and figure out how I can help get the next generation and get more women into engineering.
So my name is Nyasha Chimwanda, and I am an occupational health advisor. We're called Senior Workplace Health Advisors at JLR. I'm based over in OccuHealth, so if you ever need any support around sort of workplace adjustments, or if you're struggling with a health condition, health issue whilst you're in work that may be impacting you in work, or anything work related that may be impacting your health, then we're the people to come to. But speak to your managers for a referral, get referred into us, and then we can see how we can support you as best as we can. So we're a people service. We want to encourage a healthy workforce and health and well-being generally within JLR, because a healthy workforce is a productive workforce and happy homes as well. But International Women's Day, I must say I've been impressed, really enjoyed it. The vibe here is just great. It's very soulful and very lively. And I'm very proud to be honoured in this day. So thank you to whoever came up with the idea, and happy International Women's Day to everyone. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hi, my name's Judith. I'm from the Vehicle Programmes Business Office. I'm also one of the co-chairs of Neurodiversity Matters, which is a new group which is part of SHINE. It's a subgroup of SHINE, and it's to particularly give a focus on neurodiverse conditions and how we can support them and be a neurodiverse friendly workplace.
Thank you. How long have you been with JLR?
Nearly 10 years.
How have you found it?
I definitely recognise what people are saying, that we have evolved over the last few years. I think there was something of a culture to begin with where I don't think it was very inclusive, and since we have had networks for diversity, I think I've seen a big change. We are seeing people who are very conscious now about how they include people and how the way that they behave affects people. And I think these sorts of events are great because you can learn so much more about things like neurodiverse conditions, disability, and how other people's experiences are in the workplace and how you can help with those.
Good afternoon, my name is Ashley Cromack and I work in powertrain engineering. I'm one of the Gaydon site champions for the SHINE Disability Network. So one of the allies, joined about 2 years ago to the network just to gain a better understanding of disability and how we can work together in a better, more inclusive way.
And how have you found it working in JLR?
I think within JLR, that the change in culture and that focus on inclusion and understanding each other better is a real positive. I've seen a big change.
And I'm Julie Monaghan, and I've been in the company for 29 years.
Whoa!
So, I've seen it come a long way from where we was a long time ago, but even then I found them quite supportive. So I've been through, I did an OC in engineering through JLR, did a degree through JLR, when I had the whole year off when I was pregnant and had my second child that came in. But having these networks also brings a greater awareness of lots of things that I never knew years ago. And it just educates and teaches people about how different everybody is and how we can be more inclusive for people.
So basically, one doesn't need disability to be part of SHINE, does one?
No, so I'm part of the network because I look after apprentices at FNN. And so I have lots of different people coming through with various disabilities. Some they come in and they know they've got those disabilities, and some they get diagnosed while they're with me or through later on in life. And it helps me as a supervisor to help them have a better experience through the apprenticeship programme and then get them ready to set up onto the way. I love my job. I love seeing them grow and I love seeing them come through, especially with the apprenticeship programme. Seeing them come through and grow and gain confidence and not be scared to share things and say, how they feel about stuff. So yeah, I love it.
My name is Atipele Musa. Most guys call me Pele. I'm with the catering agency, CSI. So we are part of the catering agency and we've come to give you guys some sweet treats, all of the good stuff for International Women's Day. I know there's about 400 odd of you, but all of you guys are going to have some beautiful food. Obviously, we've got our fantastic chefs in the back. But yeah, for now we're just serving coffees, making sure that you guys are having a good time.
Yeah.
Alright, my name is Odile Neroni. I've been in JLR now for 16 months, so a little bit over a year. I work in systems engineering, the systems engineering group, helping the company develop better cars, architect better vehicles, and transition towards our electric future. It's been quite an amazing journey. Come here from a different country. I used to live in France, so it's discovering the new country, living in the UK. JLR is by far the most diverse company I've ever worked for, which was amazing. As a foreigner, I'm Brazilian, I really felt welcome, and I really felt that the company took extra care in making sure that this diverse space is also inclusive.
Okay, can you say hello, bye, and thank you?
in 2 languages, since I know you speak multiple.
Bonjour, au revoir, et merci beaucoup in French. And bom dia, ciao ciao, e muito obrigado in Portuguese.
Hi, my name's Glenford Russell. I've been with the business now, believe it or not, 25 years.
Wow.
I can't even believe it myself. Last Christmas was 25 years. I am a photographer and video filmmaker. So I've been here when I first started. I was designing web pages back then, and then gradually moved up. And then now we basically support the board of directors and everybody in the business making corporate videos and taking professional pictures. So I'm here now at the International Women's Day, and I've absolutely loved it. Seeing a lot of faces and seeing my work up on the big, like in a 5-foot stand. It was amazing. It really is amazing. And there's some lovely people that I'm working with today.
My name's Kaldeep Singh here.
And Harper Chan.
And what do you do?
I'm a project leader in vehicle programs.
And I'm an IT manager.
I was invited to represent the Sikh network, and as a follower of Sikh, I've got many women role models from the Sikh faith, and it was an opportunity for me to showcase these amazing role models, and that's why I'm here today.
Yeah, and I just supporting leadership as well in their vision to make JLR a really distinctive place to work, and that is building on the diversity and inclusion in JLR that we are promoting. So JLR will become, somewhere everybody wants to come and work here, and we attract the best talent in JLR because it really is a great place to work.
And how long have you been here?
5.5 years.
I've been here 12 years.
What advice do you have to give to people who are just joining?
Be your authentic self.
Be your authentic self.
JLR really allows us to be our authentic self, and we're supporting. Just what's going on here today is an example of how JLR as a business is supporting our people to be themselves and supporting great initiatives like International Women's Day, and we love it. We love it.
So I've joined many ACH calls. I think some of the initiatives that they do, especially when it comes to empowering women and just race and ethnic minorities, I think is amazing. I've networked with Tiffany Barnes since then, and she's kind of my unofficial mentor, and but she's a great role model to have. We need more role models like Tiffany Barnes in this business, and thank you to ACH for just doing what we do.
So Hindu, Sikh.
Yeah, we're different, and but we share a lot of culture, and that's where, like we say, with African culture, the whole of Africa shares a culture, but there's a lot of differences within that culture. It's the same with Sikhism and Hinduism.
Because in Hinduism there is something called as idol worship, which I feel Sikhism doesn't respect. But the bottom line remains the same, that so on an International Women's Day, the message from Hindu Network is it's not a day for women, it's a day for actually men to realize what wrong they are doing, and are they really thinking on the right platform. So on a Women's Day, ideally we should have had more men promoting the event rather than women, how they want to bring women to a platform where they can truly call themselves as ambassadors of empowerment. Hinduism also has a way of life, not as a religion. We are not trying to impose anything on anyone. Okay, so we have started an initiative of sharing digital souvenirs, which are nothing but basically presentations of the cultures of the countries from where all our JLR colleagues come from. It's a platform to everyone to share about their cultures, and by that way people who are reading it get a chance to know about that country's culture, because everyone cannot visit every country in their lifetime. And for a successful organization to truly grow and prosper, they need to learn from cross-cultural sharings and learnings, because any one culture, I feel, cannot have good of every aspect. So if we are open-minded and are willing to learn from other cultures, then reading digital souvenirs of other cultures will help people understand what that country wants to bring to the platform. And if we try and show that zeal, enthusiasm to learn from different cultures, then we truly achieve what we call it as emotional cultural intelligence. And it goes in a long run to achieve the real satisfaction of people in their minds.
Yeah, so I'm Simon Greathead. So I'm a seating engineer at Jaguar Land Rover, I've been at Jaguar Land Rover 22 years ago, and a few weeks after joining, I found out about the Christian group. That was when I was in Whitley. And I went along, I enjoyed it. It was meeting with Christians, praying and reading the Bible. After a few weeks of being there, the person who was leading unfortunately left the company. So they asked if anyone wanted to lead. I said, oh, okay, I'll give it a go. When we joined Land Rover as well, I found there was a Christian group there. So I've been leading it ever since. We've been having a great time. The last few years, diversity, equity and inclusion has become really important to Jaguar Land Rover, and so we've been getting lots of support from the company. So the network is growing, and we're doing more and more events, and we're having really good times.
Okay, thank you. My name is Pamela. I am a Scrum Master in AED. Today is International Women's Day. It's been such an amazing opportunity to come out and meet very talented and inspirational women. We've had a session in ADAS, in AED, in my building, and we're here in the Triangle for another one. The chief gave us flowers, which was really good. It's really inspirational to see JLR take this personally, and also to inform women what we're all doing here. This is the 112th Women's Day International Celebration. It's been on for over a decade, and I want to say this is really beautiful. Thank you.
So my name's Sophie Byrne. I work in Jaguar Land Rover Experience. I've been with JLR for 4 months. Not long. Technically a newbie.
So how have you found it so far?
Fantastic, yeah, very inclusive, very welcoming, very dynamic. Yeah, enjoying every second.
And what were you doing before then?
So I've always worked in events, but in a different with different hats. So business management in events, or event management itself. Yep.
Can you tell us a bit more about Ride and Drive?
So basically Ride and Drive is an opportunity for teams, small or large, to experience the cars firsthand. So we have a team of 17 instructors that are working with us today for this wave of events. So 8 days worth of drives, and within that the members of the team, so internal teams, get to experience vehicles. They do an element of dynamic, high-speed track driving, and then also off-roading as well.
Oh, okay.
So it's getting them first-hand experience of the actual vehicles.
How do we sign up?
So basically, it is an initiative that can be arranged for any department, as long as there is budget there for it. So the LL6, LL5 will need to have put that budget in place to spend on the people. Generally, towards the end of the quarter, there's some money left over in those people pots. It's up to the kind of senior management to arrange the events, and then we come in and...
Hi, my name is Otavio. I'm currently working at Global Product Strategy as product analyst, and I'm originally from Brazil, and I'm part of the REACH network at JLR. Right now we have a campaign going on which is helping put together 10 of manual washing machines and support people in Johannesburg, to improve their experience on saving water, saving time, and being able to dedicate more time to their family, and helping the community otherwise.
And how has the donations been so far?
The donations has been good, but there's still a long way to go. So if there is anyone who can help us, just scan the QR code and helping us getting to the target.
How would people get in touch with you if they needed to?
So you can find us in our Yammer group. So search for Reach on the Yammer page, which is now engaged. And you're going to be able to see all the events that we're putting together, keep posted, with everything that we do, and every achievement we can do at Reach. There's also SharePoint. If you go to the homepage, you'll be able to search for Reach as well and get to our SharePoint, which has more information, more contacts, and all the names that you can get in touch with.
Great.
Hi, my name is Ron Sue. I'm the business manager on the Reach company. I've been with JLR for 27 years. It's been an amazing journey, and I think that's why after 27 years I'm still here. I've seen our business have come such a long way, and very encouraging. Regardless of network or any other network, I just want to say hooray to all of the amazing women in JLR, and also to say a big thank you for all of the amazing men in JLR who support and understand us.
Let's capture one of them.
Yeah, I just want to say Happy International Women's Day.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Kemal. I'm working with JLR as a product owner, and it's happy to be here. I'm working with the really talented people around the organization, especially with you, Ted, and Cody as well. around 1.5 years ago, and I joined the engineering delivery platform team, and from there I'm happily after be working here. It's a bit challenging, but every challenge comes with a reward, as we all know, and I think we are picking up the rewards one by one.
Into your job, what advice would you give to anybody that wants to?
Be flexible, be open-minded, and as well as be really kind of curious what you're doing in the organizations and in our title, in our job area. The key thing is to be curious and always research the latest trends, which will get you whatever you need to be in the long term. The consistency as well.
Thank you.
ฝนชนทิชาหรืออรุณสวัสดิ์ When did I join JLR? I think it was in 2019.
You've done a lot of things with women, diversity and inclusion. Can you just talk briefly about your journey with that?
Within diversity, equality and inclusion, that is part of my passion and part of my belief, as I'm in diverse background myself, and I found that we are in the better position. However, so far it's still not good enough to have people with diverse background to be able to be their authentic self.
My name is Nicole and I work in purchasing for paint equipment.
And when did you join JLR?
I joined JLR in December 2022. It's been interesting. It's been a learning experience. It's been a lot of new experiences, and it's been a lot of finding my feet in a bigger organisation than the one I previously worked in. So we are representing ACH today as part of International Women's Day. We have a designated channel within our network called Winning Women, which really champions women and the efforts that they put in all year round. Obviously today is a day to celebrate them, but we like to do it all throughout the year. We like to focus on inclusion and really promoting the African Caribbean culture, and also touching on other matters that are relevant to everyone, such as money matters and well-being.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, hi, my name is Dion. I'm based at Solihull. I'm currently working on the JEA project as a manufacturing process engineer. I've been with JLR 3 years now.
How do you find diversity, equity and inclusion?
I find that we still have some means to go, but it is rich in the enthusiasm to get there. There's opportunities available. It's just getting the information across that the opportunities are available and ensuring that we all have an equal right to be able to apply and get those opportunities.
How have you found International Women's Day?
I've absolutely loved being here, seeing the military choir, networking, talking to people, meeting new faces like Nicole. I feel like I've made actual friends today, which is nice.
Hi, my name is Nicole Harrison. I'm a vehicle programs manager at JLR. I've been here for 8 years. The journey's been tough. I mean, I think I've seen a lot of change in the space of 8 years. You know, when I started, the language and a lot of the relationships and how employees were treated weren't 100% correct and inclusive or diverse, and definitely not equitable. But I can see that there's been improvement. We've still got a long way to go. There's still a lot of work that needs to be done in terms of equity within the business, but I'm hopeful that it can be done.
Yep, so my name's Zoe. I'm one of the engagement leads for Women in Engineering.
And I'm Elodie Blanchard. I'm the external collaboration lead for Shine.
I've been here just under 12
and I've been here for about 5 years now.
So Women in Engineering is a really good committee to be involved in, because we cover loads of different networks, work collaboratively with different networks, and we cover a lot of different departments. It's a really good way to meet new people, especially if you're coming in new to the business.
We're trying to inspire women to really reach out to each other and also know that they can grow within the business as well. It's really about including women, from every background into the network and be able to.
They can come and visit us on the stand today, sign up for it, or they can request access to our Yammer page and we can send them all the details and they can get involved however they want.
How have you found the International Women's Day so far?
It's been really good. It's been great to meet new people, network a little bit, and the talks have been really good.
there's been a lot of attendance really. It was really nice to see a lot of different people, all the networks as well. I've learned a lot about the different networks. Really inspiring.
Thank you.
Hi, my name's Lee Walker, and I'm the Director for Current Customer Quality, as well as the Executive Sponsor for the African Caribbean Heritage Network.
And so what inspired you to be the sponsor for the ACH network?
I think it was something I felt passionate about, and actually gave me a real great opportunity to meet people in the business that I wouldn't normally meet. So it's helped me to expand my network because I'm relatively new to the business. And I think I like the fact that we are looking to enhance the equality for all.
And how has your journey been so far with JLR?
Fantastic. I've loved it. I've been here 18 months now. I feel like I really belong. It's a place that I want to be. I love the way the culture is changing and the fact that we're celebrating so many different things.
How's the journey been with diversity, equity and inclusion since you joined?
It's a massive journey. I think it's really, we're on a path. We're certainly not there yet, but what I see is that every day we're doing something different and something better.
I see you're very inclusive because I knew you on the Walk and Talk. Can you talk a bit about Walk and Talk?
Yeah, I walk and talk is one of my passions, and mental health is also one of my passions. And I think, I use the Walk and Talk again to expand my network. That's how we met. It's a really good place to kind of break down the silos in the business.
Absolutely.
Because it's people that you wouldn't normally come into contact with day to day. And I've learned so much, and we share information and pass information on. It's a really excellent initiative, and I'm there all the time.
Can you greet us in German, since you speak some German?
Mein Deutsch ist nicht so gut, so ich kann nicht so viel sprechen.
Okay, guten Morgen.
Morgen.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Dankeschön.
My name's Myra, and I work as a cell engineer and Scrum Master. So I'm in powertrain. I've been at JLR for a year and a half now. I love working at JLR. I think it's amazing that we have the opportunity to celebrate days like this, like International Women's Day, to have network, to have Jen, to have, so I'm part of the Islamic Society Network. We have multiple societies set up for anything you can think of, and it's just great to be a part of a culture that appreciates that.
Hi, my name is Tausif Mahmood Babar. I'm a senior cost engineer in Chassis. I've been in JLR for 9 years. It has been amazing. It is quite a funny job that I have. It has a lot of interaction with purchasing and suppliers, so there is no boring moment in my job.
How did you get into it?
I've been a cost engineer for about 12 years now. So I was a cost engineer in Rolls-Royce before I joined JLR. So the cost engineering department in Rolls-Royce actually vanished, and they basically decommissioned us. But I wanted to continue as a cost engineer in my career, so I joined JLR.
What would you say about the International Women's Day?
I think it is a very encouraging initiative. Basically, being a technical company, an engineering company, it is a fact that it is nationwide worry right now that women should work into STEM subjects, and it is being promoted nationally. So we should do something within our organization as well to promote that. And also, International Women's Day is to align women needs according to the company culture. So it is an encouraging initiative in my opinion.
Okay, thank you.
I'm Fieba Churian. I work for the functional safety team in propulsion and controls, and I'm really happy to be a part of the propulsion network, and I find it really, I really enjoyed the International Women's Day and the happenings that is around. Really glad to be here.
How long have you been with JLR?
Just 4 months.
Oh, that's good. How have you found the journey so far?
Yeah, really great.
All right.
I'm enjoying it.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Peter. I work in the Sustainability Office. I'm responsible for decarbonization, looking at the levers that we can pull so that we reduce our impact on the climate. I also look at life cycle assessment, which is basically looking at the environmental impact of products from the extraction phase up to the production stage, up to the stage where we actually distribute the vehicles to the customers, as well as the end of life of that vehicle. I'm mostly involved in this work stream in terms of developing methodologies for calculation, as well as looking at future legislation, how they will impact the organization. I've been with JLR, it's coming to 1 year, 4 months now, and it's been an exciting journey, learning a lot of new things, meeting a lot of colleagues with different expertise, but most importantly, I've worked with apprenticeship in the different apprenticeship program in terms of mentoring them and also equipping them with training courses. I've enjoyed the Women's International Day, especially when they talked about psychological safety and some of the challenges that different people with different disabilities, including hidden disabilities, actually encounter, and how they manage to get around them, and the role that I can play in that space.
And how would you advise anybody who wants to get into your role? What would you tell them to do?
So I've always had a passionate for sustainability. I started my career in research and development, then I moved into consultants, where I was helping a lot of different companies along their sustainability journey. Then I joined JLR to focus more on how we can improve our supply chain.
What qualification did you have to be in what you're doing today?
I studied chemical engineering, and as I said, I was working in research and development. Then to top that, I got sort of more interested in sustainability, so I started to look to do courses that were more tailored to sustainability. One of the courses that I did was an MBA, which sort of rounded my skills, but I also focused more on business sustainability management, which helped quite a lot in terms of especially for strategy development, but also for engaging with different stakeholders.
Which country are you from originally?
I was born in Zimbabwe, and I came to the UK for further studies, and after further studies I started my journey as a research scientist. I can speak Shona, I can speak Devele.
Can you say hello, goodbye, thank you in Shona?
Hello is Makadi, bye is the Tinotenda, bye bye. Ndebele ile Cholanjan, that's how are you?
So one thing I really appreciate is when people look out for everyone else, and that includes new starters like me as well. So what I found to be very useful was when someone stopped by and took time from their own time to just explain to me what all the acronyms meant, because for me this is my first time at a big company, and to get up to speed with some of the acronyms, and in fact then to get up to speed with the things they're talking about, there's like 2 whole barriers there for me. So that was something that was challenging, definitely, in the first few days, but really friendly colleagues can really help you out. So it's all about just creating those connections and finding the right sort of person to be like, okay, look, can you help me with this? Because if you're struggling with something, you should definitely ask for help for it. And as Thomas said in our town hall meeting earlier today, the earlier the better. So I think that speaking up about something that you're struggling with the right people will really get you to a better place. Thank you.
This is my personal initiative towards learning, growing and sharing, and independent of any organization. You can find out my whys in the playlist. I tried to capture every network, but didn't get to speak to everyone. Not all recordings may have been used for various reasons, but I hope you have enjoyed this. If you'd like to join an independent network of agile practitioners, or you need support in any way, please feel free to reach out to me or comment COP. Until next time, catch you later, but don't throw yourselves. Smash it now, Gem. Subscribe to Tody Gold. Smash the Art of Living. Subscribe to Tody Gem. Together, let's change the world, one heartbeat at a time, with every word and smile. Thank you. Now, Gem, discover another smashing hangout. This time we're unraveling a culinary odyssey at Umami World Kitchen Buffet Restaurant. In the bustling tapestry of culinary delights, Umami World Kitchen Buffet Restaurant stands as a beacon of flavor, weaving together 100 diverse cross-cultural cuisines, including Chinese, Italian, Indian, and British dishes. It's a sheer gastronomic delight. Embark on a journey with us as we explore the savory symphony that is the ultimate world buffet where East meets West in a luxurious setting. Umami, often hailed as the fifth taste, alongside sweet, sour, bitter, and salty, is the essence of savory goodness. Umami World Kitchen Buffet Restaurant doesn't just serve dishes, it crafts experiences that elevate taste buds to new heights. Picture this, a menu that reads like a novel, each dish a chapter in the epic saga of umami. At Umami, experience is seamlessly blended with entertainment, like culinary storytellers narrating the origin and nuances of each dish with a flair that turns a simple meal into an epic saga. Imagine the Umami Symphony, for instance. It could rival a Beethoven composition. Layers of flavors dance on your palate, earthy mushrooms, aged parmesan, and the umami bomb, that is miso. It's like a gastronomic crescendo that leaves you wondering if you just tasted food or experienced a masterpiece. Now let's talk about the umami rolls, sushi creations that are as visually appealing as they are delicious, some with a touch of delicate seaweed, others adorned with bursts of color, each bite a harmonious blend of fresh fish, creamy avocado, and a secret umami-packed sauce. The sushi are a taste explosion that defies gravity, leaving your taste buds floating in umami-induced ecstasy. And who could forget the umami pizza? Pizza so succulent it practically begs you to write odes in its honor. It's not just pizza, it's a celebration of the umami gods, layered with melted cheese and genius, expertly cooked in wood-fired ovens, could turn even the most stoic food critic into a symphony conductor of flavors. The atmosphere at Umami World Kitchen Buffet Restaurant is nothing short of a culinary carnival. The decor, a playful blend of modern and traditional elements, sets the stage for a feast that's not just for the stomach but for the eyes too. The ambience is a testament to umami's commitment to creating an immersive experience that goes beyond the palate. With the steady streams of customers in the grand tapestry of culinary exploration, Umami World Kitchen Buffet Restaurant is a thread that weaves together art and the elusive fifth taste into a dining experience. So the next time you're in the mood for a symphony of flavors, head to Umami, where each bite is a note in the delicious melody of umami goodness. Okay, maybe I exaggerated a bit, but you can listen to some testimonials from the Smashing Unicorn squad.
Sorry?
What was the best part for you?
Of what, the meal?
Yes.
I think probably Asian noodles and the flavours of those. And of course the company.
Korean one kiritans.
My favorite dish here, I don't know, I would go with pork ribs.
The pork ribs.
I love pork ribs, but we have quite a variety in here. It's like soy sauce, like barbecue. Very nice.
Shaheen?
For me, it was the Asian mix mostly. The noodles, the beef, especially, it was really good. It was cooked properly. They usually go overcooked and stuff, but it was really good. Yeah.
What about butter chicken?
Don't go to the Indian section.
Ice cream, with chocolate fountain.
Okay. I saw you eating a lot of seaweed. Was
Yes,
that good?
that's one is great.
So that's why I went to 5.
Visit their website www.umamirestaurants.co.uk and find out about the latest news, offers and special events. Now Gem, catch you in the future without any slip-ups or banana peels. Gem, be smashing. Smash it now Gem, subscribe to Tody Gem. Be smashing, subscribe to Tody Gold. Join our community on Facebook. Now Gem, all life matters. I alone cannot change the world, but I can cast a stone across the waters to create many ripples. Together, let's change the world, one word at a time. Thanks for watching. When can foggy be beautiful? When you're walking with smashing connections. Now Gem, discover smashing walks. Do you know the village that in November 1605, a group of men, including Robert Catesby, who had been involved in the gunpowder plot, passed through while fleeing from London after the arrest of Guy Fawkes on their way to Wales via Warwick Castle to steal fresh horses after meeting at Dunchurch near Rugby? Well, it's called Weston under Weatherly, often known by locals as just Weston. Weston under Weatherly is a small village and civil parish in Warwickshire, England, on the B4453, 4 miles northeast of Royal Leamington Spa. According to the 2011 census, Weston has a population of 468 people living in 164 houses. The Conservative Party politician Dudley Smith is one of the best known people to have lived in Weston under Weatherly. Source: Wikipedia. And guess what? There is not a single shop nor pub in Weston, which is unusual for most settlements that size in the UK. The last shop was actually demolished in the 1990s and the pub was closed in 2014. I did a 3-hour walk of about 16,000 steps on a Saturday with some smashing connections, Andy and Helen. We did a loop through Starting, a small hamlet about half a mile from Stoneleigh Park between Leamington Spa and Coventry. All in all, it was a smashing hangout. You can try this either alone, in a group, or with your family. Visit Weston under Weatherly or Staten. Thanks for watching. Catch you later, but don't throw yourselves. Now Gem, be smashing. Smash it now Gem, subscribe to Tody Gem. Be smashing, subscribe to Tody Gold. Join our community on Facebook. Now Gem, all life matters. I alone cannot change the world, but I can cast a stone across the waters to create many ripples. Together, let's change the world, one word at a time. Thanks for watching. Hey now Gem, welcome to Smashing Connections, and today we're going to Spain. Hi Alberto, could you please introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Alberto Garcia. I'm from Spain. I work here at JLR. At JLR Robert now as a product owner in the systems engineering space, looking at requirements management for engineers.
So you come from Spain. Can you say hello in Spanish?
Hola. Buenos días.
Buenos días. So how do you say goodbye in Spanish?
Adios.
Okay. Can you tell me some fun facts about Spain?
One of the good things of Spain, obviously, is the good weather, good food. People are very social and very sympathetic. Something fun, I guess, is that we like to take like a nap in the middle of the day called siesta. A lot of people in the companies would work from maybe 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Then you have like a break of 2 hours where people go to sleep and take a nap or whatever, and then they come back to work, and that's why they we also have dinner very late as a result of that.
So do you still have late dinners?
Yeah, I'm trying to improve here a bit. The best that I can make is like 9 o'clock. Like before that is almost impossible. Only when we have team dinners. Obviously, when I'm with the rest of the team, then I have to adapt, but it's difficult.
What's your favorite dish?
I like paella, which is like a Spanish rice. I don't know if you've seen like the yellow rice with meat, peppers. It's quite good. I love that. I like rice. What is yours?
I like yam. Have you heard of yam?
No.
Okay, so yam is like a big potato. It's basically Nigerian.
Nice.
So you can have it with eggs. You can make it into like a pottage. And I love beans as well. So you can mix it with beans as well. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I need to try it. You need to...
Maybe one of these days you should come for our bring and share.
Yeah.
Yeah. We could actually have one.
Yeah. I'll bring some paella from Spain.
Which places would you recommend in Spain?
I think the most famous from everyone is Barcelona. Like everyone likes it as a tourist, or Mallorca as an island. But I would recommend going to so there is a region in the south called Andalusia.
Okay.
And you have it's a mix of cultures, like Arabic cultures with Spanish culture. It's really beautiful, like places like Seville within that region, Cordoba. You can see the mix of cultures in the buildings, people. So it's really nice to visit. I'm from the north, which is not very touristic. It's similar to Cornwall, I would say. The landscape is very green. It rains and the weather is not as great as in the rest of Spain, but it's still, if you like hiking or surfing, it's really nice place.
So what do you do when you're not at work?
On Sundays I like to go like hiking or just walking around towns with friends. When I'm not at work, like during the week, I like to play football, be active. I like also to play the guitar.
That's interesting.
Not very good, but I like it. I like a lot. And then normal, I don't know, going to the gym, running, and stay with friends as well. Yeah.
Okay. So Sundays are the only free days you have?
No, like also Fridays and Saturday. Normally Friday I go for dinner with friends. Or in London as well, quite often. Yeah, Sundays is normally when I have time to chill and visit places.
So do you have many friends?
Yeah, I have many in Spain. Also, here I have a lot of Spanish friends as well, English friends. I was playing football in the past, and that's why I get to know many people from England as well, by playing football, playing in teams. And now I still catch up with them, go for coffee or dinner sometimes in Leamington.
I think that's better.
In the past, I was, dancing salsa, doing salsa lessons, and I haven't done that for a while. But I'm planning to start at some point as well with that, start again and catch up. And then other than that, it's more sport related, going for a run or playing football or maybe visiting friends. It's more those kind of things.
As the PO, well, to be.
Yeah.
What would you recommend to the team, best practices for an agile team?
So I think it's important to have a clear objective, and that's when I can help the team to give them clear objective and clear sprint goals for the sprint, and then a mix between being able to innovate, to have the flexibility to explore solutions. So I think it's important that we don't give them a prescribed task. We give them a business problem that they can use their skills and their innovative thinking solve the way they want, with also the delivery in mind. So we have customers, we have to deliver against their needs, and we have to be very mindful of the timelines that we have when developing our products.
Okay, that's great. Well, back to you as a person. So if I was to want to visit Spain, are there places you tell me to avoid or things you'd advise me to avoid?
I would say not really. Like I would recommend to just go on the streets, have a walk, explore the vibes. Obviously do the touristic stuff of going to museums, sightseeing, but also like mixing with the locals. I think everyone is quite friendly. Obviously, if you go to the outskirts of a big city at night, then you might have some, hopefully not, but there's always the risks. But similar with here, maybe in big cities, if you go to places that are very dark at night, so try to avoid those bits at night, but then walk around, talk to people, mix with them, and I think you'll enjoy the Spanish culture.
I would say you've been in the UK for some time now.
Yeah.
When did you move to the UK?
In 2018.
And what do you like about the UK?
I like that it's a very, very multicultural place. It's, when I was in Spain as a child, I was in a small town, so I grew up with people similar to me. So they were all Spanish, we all come from a small town, we had similar ways of thinking. When I came to the UK, it broadened my perspective. I was able to meet people from different cultures, see how they think differently, do different things. I learned a lot of things from multiple cultures. Some of them I've incorporated into my daily routine. And I think that's the main thing that I liked from the UK. Obviously, also the job opportunities that you can find here, the flexibility that they give you at work, the opportunities to grow. I think also that are very, very cool. The only thing that I don't like as much as in Spain is the food and the weather. But in the summer it's not as bad.
What would you say to anyone planning to move to the UK from Spain?
I would say that they just give it a try, and that they come here with the mindset of absorbing and learning. Obviously, it doesn't make sense for you to come and compare between the two countries when you come, because then obviously when you compare, you try to think of the stuff that you don't have, and you give it importance, like the food, the weather. So we recommend them just to come, try and mix with culture, because that's what it makes you grow as a person as well. If you always try to be the same as you've been, then it's impossible for you to improve.
That's true. So what have you learned personally since coming to the UK?
One of the things that I've learned since I come to the UK is, it might sound stupid, but it's also to enjoy being alone, and that made me self-reflect about myself, not panic because I'm alone. I was very used to be with my family. If I was in my small hometown and I felt lonely, I just go out and I met everyone, I knew everyone. I came here and suddenly I own a lot of spaces within the day. I was not meeting anyone, but that made me, I think, stronger in the inside. I learned from it. Now I value more when I'm with people. I open myself more as well.
So have you got favorite hangouts? I mean, places where you like sitting or hanging out?
In the UK?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the UK, I love Cornwall. I think that's my favorite place in the UK. I try to go like once or twice a year. Go there and hiking on the nature. And if the weather is not too bad, we go to the beach, do surfing as well. I like London as well, so my girlfriend lives there. So I go there and visiting often. It's a mix of feelings. I don't like big cities, but I think in London it's quite nice because you have many choices again from different cultures. So if I feel like I miss something from, I don't know, my Spanish culture, I can quickly go there and find it there, as well as other different stuff.
That's very nice. Is there like a Spanish community?
A Spanish and Latin American community in Leamington. So there's a lot of people from Latin America and Spain that came, especially to this area, to Leamington, because you have a lot of industry here, like JLR, but also Aston Martin and all of the suppliers. So yeah, we have a big WhatsApp group, and we organize every 4-6 months a party where a lot of people come from even the towns near Leamington, and we do like a big dinner, like a bar, and then we dance there and we party there. It's quite nice. And yeah.
So what do you need to do to join the community?
I think it's more from person to person. I was playing football. I met one Spanish guy and he told me, well, we have this Spanish community, and they add me to the WhatsApp, so anyone that can be part of it, I can always add them to the WhatsApp group.
I'm sure some people might be interested.
Yeah.
So I'll get the link from you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going into gory stuff. So have you got a bucket list of things you'd like to do before you die?
Well, that's a big question. Visiting Africa, that's my next, like my dream, and Asia as well. Primarily it's exploring new places.
Suggests another PO, maybe someone who's new. How would you suggest that they keep the team motivated?
I think it's important to understand skill set of the team and give them flexibility to do it their own way. So I'm always quite open to just give the team a business problem that we have and a bit of a voice of the customer, so getting them in touch with in our case with our users. I think for me is to make them aware that they are solving a business problem, something that is going to have a huge impact, so that motivates itself, but also giving them full flexibility to explore new solutions, even if it's very crazy, but giving them that flexibility when they develop.
How did you get into what you're doing today?
So I came to JLR as a graduate. As part of a graduate program, I was working in vehicle program management. So what we do there is basically we have a vehicle. In my case was the Jaguar E-Pace, and we support the development of that vehicle from the strategy phase through the engineering and to launch to manufacturing. So I started as a graduate. I was also doing some placements across the company. So I went to purchasing, ADAS as well, and manufacturing, launch. And then when I finished that, I went on engineering change management, basically managing changes on vehicles and approving them on time. When the EDP program started, I was offered if I wanted to do change management in a more larger scale, which is this huge transformation program that we are doing. I think it was good for my development. So I joined as a business analyst, and my role was going out the business, gather use cases, put them onto the development team so that they can develop the solutions. I was doing that for systems engineering, but from them I became, within the engineering delivery department, I became the chapter lead for analysts. I was coaching a group of BAs, not just in our space, but in the bill of materials, CAD, CAEs, on multiple spaces, on best practices as to how to analyze needs from the business. Now, more or less, and from now on, I've offered the possibility to become the product owner for a development team. So it's more focused on refining capability, refining the backlog, and engaging and making sure that we develop capability that satisfies the needs of the customers.
How would you explain use cases to a child?
So how I always say it is in a very simple word, and I like that you mentioned the child word, but basically you have a business problem, which is I don't know how to do this, I want to change something in a tool, for example, in the way we work. So the use case is the end result of that, but first you go to that customer or to multiple customers. It's like an interview process, if you want, ask what is it not working for you, what problems do you have, what can we help in this space, and they normally give you what they want straight away. So if I tell you, okay, Toddy, what do you, for example, if you want to come to the office, what do you need, and you straight reply to me, well, I need a car. But that's what you want a car, and that's when we do like a bit of a 5 whys analysis, which is asking why. It might be that you tell me I want a car because I want to come to the office. Why do you need a car? Well, because I live in Coventry and I want to come work. And why do you live in Coventry? Maybe because the houses in Gaydon are very expensive, so you cannot walk in from Gaydon into the office. So that's what it forms the use case. So then the use case would be as a JLR employee in this case, or Toddy, I want to come to Gaydon every day so that I can do my work and meet my colleagues. So that's the use case, is that, but obviously it comes from an analysis of what do you want and what do you need in order to do your job. And then the result is a use case that, I think back to my previous point, it needs to be agnostic of a solution, tool agnostic, so that we give that to the developers and they are able to innovate. So a use case represents a business need that is tool agnostic.
Okay. You work with developers a lot. What are the anti-patterns that you've noticed? You know what an anti-pattern is, right?
If you can elaborate on that, sorry.
So an anti-pattern is something that someone does that is not best practice, or that doesn't align with what they are expected to do.
In terms of our developers, I think they are quite good also. Is if you give them a very weak problem statement or a very weak use case, they might go too quick and develop something that doesn't necessarily satisfy. In most cases, when you see anti-patterns from developers, it's because, in this case, myself as a PO, we haven't done a very good job in giving them the use cases that they need to be able to put boundaries to scope their solutions so that they meet the customer needs. So in some cases in the past, we've ended up with solutions that don't necessarily resolve a business problem, and that's been a result of, again, if you try to look for the root cause, it might be because either we didn't define very well the problem at the beginning, or there was some miscommunication between teams.
Okay, so what did you study? What are the things that are required to get into your line of work? So maybe someone who dreams of being a PO, what do they need to have to be like you?
Hopefully better than me. Yes, I studied engineering in Spain because I'm very curious about problem solving, and I think that's the skill that a PO need to have, and facilitating life of customers. Since the start of my career, I was very keen on problem solving, so I became certified in Six Sigma, which is a framework for problem solving that coaches you on how to define very well, and that's probably the business analysis part of it. But then it also gives you a very good toolkit to analyze those problems that you've defined, use data. I think that's something that is very key. We are not using as much maybe in our squads. We analyze mainly based on speaking to customers, but something that we need to implement as we go forward is to make that analysis more based on data, and that's what this technique tells you. And then so it's define, analyze, and improve, which is once you analyze, what can you improve, what are the improvements that you can make. So and I became very fascinated by that methodology. It's called Six Sigma. And then I think it's general problem solving skill. Stakeholder management will help you if you're interested in that and solving business problems.
We have a community of practice for Scrum Masters. Do you know of any existing one for product owners?
It's a good question. I don't think so, or I haven't heard of it. But I think it'd be important to, and maybe that's something that we can explore locally first, and then see if we can expand business-wide. But I think it'd be good to have like a small community of product owners, so we can learn from not just in the MBSC domain, but across every domain EDP, so we can share best practices amongst. Obviously, if we can expand that, be business-wide as it is with the Scrum Masters, product owners are doing, and if we can implement that in the squads, then the better. I think that's a great idea.
You read engineering. Are there resources that you used, like maybe books? Maybe there's a channel that you know?
I think something that helped me at the beginning of my career, I had the opportunity to have it through my graduate scheme, but I think it's also available to everyone at JLR, is to have a mentor. So my mentor helped me articulate where I wanted to go, find gaps where I could develop. He was coaching me and saying, well, have you, in my case, I was very interested in problem solving. So he was coaching me and guiding me, okay, you could do this to expand your knowledge. And that's when I became more interested about Six Sigma, agile methodologies. Having a mentor is quite important, as having someone experienced that you can talk to and he can advise and coach you, I think, at the earliest stage of your career. I also became a mentor, so I'm mentoring junior engineers as well in the company and trying to help others the same way that others helped me. But there is a whole mentoring scheme at JLR. I don't think everyone is aware of it. It hasn't been as much communicated. It's there, and I recommend people to, if they want to grow in their career, to get in touch with a mentor that will massively help them.
Very much, Albert. I really appreciate it.
No, thanks, Tolly.
Cheers. Bye.
Thank you.
Smash it now, Gem. Subscribe to Toddy Gem. Be smashing. Subscribe to Toddy Gold. Join our community on Facebook. Now Gem All Life Matters. I alone cannot change the world, but I can cast a stone across the waters to create many ripples. Together, let's change the world, one word at a time. Thanks for watching. Hey now, Gem. May I invite you to another smashing hangout at Stonehenge. Stonehenge is located on Salisbury Plain in Wiltshire, England, and is one of the most famous prehistoric monuments in the world. It became a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1986. Stonehenge was constructed in several phases over a span of about 1,500 years, with the earliest phase dating back to around 3,100. Can you notice Airman's Cross? This cross was erected in memory of two pioneering airmen. When you get into Stonehenge, the first thing you see are the toilets, and be prepared for the queues as well. You can bring your own picnic, but if you decide to go into the Arctic Cafe, don't forget to try the famous rock cakes, soup, and a variety of other things.
Look out for the Neolithic houses. And there are shuttle buses as well that operate every 5 minutes to get you to the stones, or you can decide to enjoy the 30-minute walk and take in the lovely scenery. Did you notice the caravans? It seems to be a popular destination for holidaymakers as we approached the designated paths to the stone circle. The stone circle used to be very accessible to every other person, but now they are cordoned off. Did you see the mounds? They were said to be burial places for ancient people. Stonehenge is a prehistoric temple. The stones are aligned with the movements of the sun. It's a masterpiece of engineering built by sophisticated
people.
The purpose of Stonehenge is lost to us, and they're still trying to decipher it. Some of the stones, known as the blue stones, were transported from Wales about 150 miles away.
During the summer solstice, the rising sun aligns with the hill stone and altar stone, creating a spectacular visual effect. Stonehenge is part of a larger archaeological landscape, including burial mounds, avenues, and other features.
Stonehenge is often associated with religious and ceremonial practices. It's a sacred enclosure, spectacular sun circle, and evolving structure.
You can watch the videos to have a glimpse of how the ancients used to live in the past. So this is an ancient village. There are many things you can do at Stonehenge. You can explore the visitor center. You can take a guided tour, or you can walk the stone circle path, or visit the Neolithic houses. You can attend summer solstice celebrations or join archaeological events, or simply enjoy the landscape or participate in workshops as well. Can you see the cursor's barrows? Today, the remains of the monuments are preserved within the Stonehenge
World Heritage Site. Stonehenge has a lovely landscape. You can go out and explore this unique landscape following in the footsteps of our prehistoric ancestors. There used to be early farmers who grew crops and kept livestock, magically changing the appearance of Stonehenge landscape. In 3700 BC, the winter-born Stoke-Long Barrow were long mounds with parallel ditches on either side, constructed as burial places for the dead. The enormous rectangular enclosure might have been special routes or barriers across the landscape, but no one is sure. You can begin your visit by exploring Stonehenge Visitor Center to learn about the history and significance of the monument through exhibitions and interactive displays. Thanks for watching. Smash it now, Gem. Subscribe to Tody Gem. Be smashing. Subscribe to Tody Gold. Join our community on Facebook. Now Gem, all life matters. I alone cannot change the world, but I can cast a stone across the waters to create many ripples. Together, let's change the world, one word at a time.
we will see inside. Now, gems, I believe in God as a creator. I'm not asking for anyone else, or you for that matter, to believe or agree with me that we were created by God, because I know that we all exist for a purpose and we have our reason for holding on to whatever we believe in. I'm just here to share because I believe we all have a right to be heard in conversations where we all can sit together, perhaps in one room, reason together in spite of our differences, and be represented, not with the aim to change others or because we want them to love us, although that would be greatly appreciated because it does feel good to be listened to. Now, have you taken a walk outside, looked into the sky, and ever wondered how the sun comes out every day on a schedule without a prompt? Could this be accidental, like the Big Bang Theory proposes? I work in a creative industry and I know the effort it takes just to make a component of a car, let alone build a whole one. I know how a lot of synchronization takes place, and yet sometimes we produce faulty things, which is why I'm still on my job today, because things go wrong. And this is just a microcosm of what humans are producing. Now think of the billions of people that inhabit the earth, existing to contribute to the world, and the other tiny details. That brings me to a fundamental belief in a creator who is intentional, believes in diversity and collaboration. I know you may think I'm weird, but I believe in songs. I believe that, like pictures, they paint 1,000 words. And so I'll be singing a cappella, which means without any instruments. And don't expect me to be Whitney Houston. So here I go. When I look to the heavens, to the great celestial expanse, God sits there unchanging. Who dare to think it's my chance? Science ponders the questions, arts to adding a few, hypothetical answers never gave the credit where it's due. But I know in my heart there's a God behind it all. And what's more amazing, He answers when I call. Who am I that you have cared for me? Who am I that you have cared for me? God has measured the distance, a universe without end. I'm grateful for my existence. Even more, my maker is my friend. Can this mortal replanet ending the meat of the way? May the one who began it be the God we worship and obey. But I know in my heart there's a God behind it all. And what's more amazing, He answers when I call. Who am I that you should care for me? Who am I that you should care for me? Eagles and seas cry, there's nothing compared to you. All the infinite wisdom creation displays of you. Well, I know in my heart there's a God behind it all. And what's more amazing, he answers when I call. Who am I that you should care for me? Who am I that you have cared for me? Who am I that you should care for me? Who am I that you have cared for me? Well, that's the bottom line. I embrace a God who is the author of everything diverse, but promotes equity and inclusion. Do you agree? What do you think? I'm eager to hear from you. Bottom line, why shouldn't I embrace a God who is the author of everything diverse, but promotes equity and inclusion? Do you agree? What do you think? Now, Jem, be smashing. Let's connect. Thank you.
Comment happy to connect on your social media handles on this video and follow interested people in the comment section. If everybody does the same, the chain will grow. Together, we can heal the world, make it a better place for you and me and the entire human race. Let us change our world one word at a time. Just do it. Now, Jem, smash it. I look forward to getting better every day in every way too. Now, Jem, be smashing. Together, let's smash it. Smash the art of living at Todi Gym. I alone cannot change the world, but I can cast a stone across the water to create many ripples. Smash it now, Gem. Subscribe to Todi Gold. Be smashing. Subscribe to Todi Gem and connect on social media. Follow us on Facebook. Join the conversation on Now Gem All Life Matters. Let's change our world, one little heartbeat at a time, with every word and smile. Thank you. Hey now, Jem. The people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. I love connecting with people. Here's why. The most important things in life are the connections you make with others. I love supporting others because we cannot live only for ourselves. 1,000 fibers connect us with our fellow men, and among those fibers, as along sympathetic threads, our actions run as causes, and they come back to us as effects. I have very simple strategies to impact my world through smashing communication. Communication is the solvent of all problems and is the foundation for personal development. Great communication begins with connection. My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style. I'm Todi. I am an explorer, discoverer of life, a pilgrim on paths less trodden. I am not Beyonce or Kim Kardashian, so I probably need to introduce myself. Find snapshots of me in my habitat doing what I love to do best in the playlist. I've probably been there, so I may speak your language or connect you with someone who does. I enjoy chatting, finding out ways to make an impact, connecting with smashing people who desire to contribute in their own unique ways to impact the world positively. When I meet people, my question to myself is, how can this life be better because of me? So make my day, connect with me. Let's network and share how to start, improve and grow together in various fields, areas, careers. Talking about our experiences helps others. I create groups because I have a passion to smash negativity and smash suicide. I'll send a list of my groups below in the comment. Why not smash the art of living? Look after our all-round well-being, physically, emotionally, occupationally, financially, intellectually, socially, spiritually. Live and let live. Let's connect with others, bearing in mind that I am just like you, human, fallible, and unique, so I respect you just the way you are. Can you do the same for me and others? If you'd like to grow your network, Here's a simple place to start. Comment happy to connect and your social media handles on this video, and follow interested people in the comment section. If everybody does the same, the chain will grow. Together, we can heal the world, make it a better place for you and me and the entire human race. Let us change our world one word at a time. Just do it. Now, Gem, smash it. I look forward to getting better every day in every way too. Now, Gem, be smashing. Together, let's smash it. Smash the art of living at Todi Gem. I alone cannot change the world, but I can cast a stone across the water to create many ripples. Smash it now, Gem. Subscribe to Todi Gold. Be smashing. Subscribe to Todi Gem and connect on social media. Follow us on Facebook. Join the conversation on Now Gem All Life Matters. Let's change our world one little heartbeat at a time, with every word and smile. Thank you. Now, Gem, do you know delivering story points doesn't mean delivering value? Meet Rob Williams, an agile coach in JLR. Hi, Rob. Hi, Todi. Hi,
you can edit.
Thanks for agreeing to this session. So, as usual, I'll be picking your brain. If you don't mind, could you please introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Rob Williams. I'm an agile coach within JLR, specifically a department called Digital Engineering Capability.
And how long have you been an agile coach for?
I've been a Scrum Master since about 2010. When did I become an agile coach? I don't know the exact date. It's been probably 5-6 years ago between the difference between a Scrum Master and a coach.
Okay, so how would you explain being an agile coach to a child?
The simplest way I explain my job to somebody is I help people identify inefficiencies and help them identify actions to improve their efficiency in adherence to what the agile values and principles are.
So in simple terms, what's agile?
Agile, noun and verb, different things. The noun agile is all about being able to respond quickly to changing situations. In the agile implementations we see across product development, it manifested itself back in the 90s, 2001 officially, when they founders of the Agile Manifesto wrote down 4 values and 12 principles. So there are 1 mindset, 4 values, 12 principles, and then an industry exploded into practices and tools, and they just get bigger and bigger. So there are, 20, 30 practices, and then 1 million different tools you could use to implement that. But the key thing is, for me, about Agile, it's not about the tools, it's not really about practices, it's at least tying yourself to the principles and the values, which actually ultimately makes you have the right mindset to deliver product to your customer.
Thanks. So how have you helped JLR so far? I mean, in terms of value, what value have you given to the company, would you say?
I feel like I'm being interviewed by HR to save my job. First off, my first responsibility was introducing Agile. I came into a department that had no idea what it was. So I helped transform it from what was a traditional, so say, waterfall, whatever you want to call it, but where you agree the goals, the requirements, up front, you agree the test cases before you do any work, etc., etc. They were struggling to deliver their product to the point that the company was in question about whether the product was worth it. So my first accountability was to quickly transform the department so that we could quickly demonstrate value delivery to our customer. So that involved literally everyone's role changing and their accountability changing. That was 2017, 18, I think, end of 18. Since we've started that transformation, it's all now, my contributions are now about incremental improvements to the way we work. And we're constantly making those changes. So more recently, I've moved into a more, and this is more the coach side, that was more around Scrum Mastering, implementing Scrum, coaching people in Scrum, running Scrum, then at a bit at scale, but I was still a Scrum Master at scale. But now I've moved more into, I've run out of capacity myself, so I need to build capacity in the Agile coaching realm and Scrum Master realm. So I've been building a team over the last 3 or 4 years, and my job now, actually, contribution is building that team into a world-class team. So I'm even less needed, ultimately. That's the ambition.
That's very good. And I think I would like to support you in that. So, well, basically, I also have caught a vision, and I'm thinking, I want to contribute, actually, to organizational learning. And, you know, I've gained so much from talking to you because I think you're a wonderful gem. So I thought it would be great to let other people share the knowledge. Apart from Agile, let's get to know you. Where in the UK are you from?
Where am I from? Originally London. So I lived in London for about 20 years. So I was born and bred London.
Well, where do you live now?
In the Cotswolds. So not a city. Just about half an hour from work in the country.
Can you tell me 5 fun facts about you?
Okay. I am an avid winter sports fan. I like snowboarding, in plain English. Specifically, I like disappearing into the backcountry. So that's getting off the motorways, should we say, the pistes.